Hey, West Virginia fans, it's that time. It's Tuesday, and we're going to talk about why West Virginia, and I agree, is not a top 25 team. Hate me, love me, you're going to hear it coming up.
Yeah. So they might already said, hey,
Yeah, Mountaineer fans, I am truly a Mountaineer fan. However, I get what the pundits and the, the people that don't feel West Virginia football, I get why they're doubting West Virginia. So you're going to have to hear me out. West Virginia has not been good consistently for 15. You have to go back to Geno days when he was the quarterback. Uh, then go back a little farther to Pat White, Pat McAfee, Steve Slayton, Noel Devine. That's when you could say West Virginia is a top 25 program. So, yes, guys, yes, I know they had 9 wins last season. They won their bowl game. That's great. The only thing that proves is there's consistency there. They're recruiting. Coming up the next few years, you're going to see the Mountaineers. As I've mentioned earlier, their stock's on the rise, but they're not quite there yet. And I hate that term, trust the climb. Okay. Neil Brown has a contract extension. Last year, we thought he was going to get shit canned. He's still here. I was doubting the team, the program, even after the Houston loss and the Oklahoma State loss. I, I wasn't buying it. I thought West Virginia would have to move on, find another coach, and build again. But I'm glad they kept Neil Brown. I'm glad they have him. And the proof is in the recruiting. The talent is coming in. Next year, if they beat Pitt and Penn State and have a good Big 12 conference play with a winning record and have 8, 9, 10 wins, I will be on the rooftops yelling, Mountaineers, why aren't the Mountaineers in the top 25? But until they beat a top 10 team or have 10 wins in a season, I don't want to hear anybody singing the blues that the Mountaineers are underrated. Now, a few videos back on Voice College Football, I was going underrated. Yes, they're underrated in the Big 12. But as far as top 25 programs go, they're right where they need to be. So, what else is going on? So, yeah, I'm sorry I'm late today. My son is doing a summer 7-on-7s. They play ball until it's dark, and then I live about 20 minutes from the school. So, 9 o'clock, I'm shooting for Tuesdays and Fridays. Be here. This is the kickoff, guys. I'm even going to broadcast when I go on vacation in a week or so. So, it is what it is. It's going to get hot and heavy. It's going to get it's the time for the sweaty football nerds to get their palms to get sweaty. Start feeling like the days are getting a little bit shorter, and it's getting closer to that weekend, that holiday weekend, Labor Day. And what happens Labor Day? Guys, football. Football is what happens. So, with that being said, I want to talk a little bit about my expectations for the season. I'm a realist. There's a few games like the Kansas game that scares me. That's the first conference game. Penn State, if they win that game, which I guys, if there's a little, wish fairy that shit on my computer, I would want it to poop victory turds for the Mountaineers. I want them to win and beat Penn State, and I'll take a few losses in the Big 12 because I want that so bad because of where I live. How can you not? It would be like Mark, if you want that win against the Cincinnati Bengals, and you'll take a few L's against other teams. I mean, that's the way I feel. I just want it so bad. And to add insult to injury, guys, I have to go to my kids' game, which was moved from Friday to a Saturday, and I'm going to be given. I don't think I'll be able to attend the Penn State game. So, with that being said, if you had to pick, one game to go to, other game, be the Pitt game? I don't think it'd be the Pitt game. I'll tell you why. Because that stadium, Acrisure, feels like a professional stadium. It doesn't feel like a college stadium, So just want one game that if you put on the schedule that you can go to, it could be an away game. I'm thinking Kansas is going to be electric. Guys, they're going to have a W at least against Pitt, maybe a W against Penn State. And just imagine the atmosphere that third week. I'm getting goosebumps, or fourth week, sorry. I'm getting goosebumps when Kansas comes into Morgantown. And this isn't a Kansas that West Virginia's overlooking, because that is what happened a few years back. Kansas is on everybody's radar. Jalen Daniels is legit. If he can stay healthy, which he'll be healthy the fourth week, okay? I don't wish injury or illness on any of these college kids, but I'm thinking he's going to be healthy as a horse. He's going to run up and down Mountaineer Field a few times. Just Garrett Green needs to run up the field a few times too. And what about Garrett Green? We talked about him last week. My kids are using him in EA Sports at College Football 24. Where's it 25? I don't know. It's fantastic is what it is. I mean, the pageantry is very similar to what the real college experience is. How can you not love it? And this is the most important thing that I think college fans are missing with this EA Sports game. How many college football fans do we have now in 2024 that played the EA Sports game in 2010 or 2008 or 2012? It's an easy way to fall in love with the sport. It used to be, John Madden. Kids play John Madden, but that EA Sports was legit. So it's a good thing. Kids, I heard my son and his friends, like 4 kids in there laughing, having a good time with college football. You got to love it, guys. You got to love that. So let's get the cart way ahead of the horse here. way ahead of the horse. We're going to do that. I want to talk about a few possibilities for the Mountaineers bowl week, according to SI. And this came out about 4 days ago. I thought it was interesting. So, when the Mountaineers beat Penn State, lose a couple games in the Big 12, where are they going to be sitting? Well, Athlon has them in the Liberty Bowl against the Auburn Tigers. Not only would I watch that, I might actually attend that. When I was at Fort Benning, Auburn's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. What a beautiful campus. Now, their fans tend to get a little dressed up like they're going to church on a Saturday. But Liberty Bowl versus Auburn, courtesy of the Athlon Sports, that's what they're reporting. So Action Network, they have the Mountaineers playing the Air Force Fighting Falcons in the Armed Forces Bowl. That's a hard pass for me. I'll watch it, but I won't go. Who else do we have? With college football news, Armed Forces Bowl against UTSA. Yeah, guys, another crap one. Now, Sporting News has them in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, which is a good bowl. It has a good payout against Rutgers. Man, flashbacks to college when West Virginia would roll up Rutgers like a wad of paper and toss them in the corner. Is Rutgers any better from being in the Big Ten? I doubt it, but I would love to see that. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl versus Rutgers. So, talk about the playoffs. Everybody's saying it's Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Arizona. Said they're going to find their way into that playoff talk. But remember this. If the Mountaineers lose by 3 points or beat 3 points or less or beat Penn State, that's mojo. That's juice. That could be the difference in the season. Also, it could be the difference for the Big 12. The Big 12, Brett Yormark looks like a mad genius. If you've been under a rock, you don't know that Florida State and Clemson are talked about on a daily basis on Locked On every freaking podcast you can think of. It's mentioned. But the reality is Mountaineers have to play the teams that they have on their schedule this year. Would it be great? Yes, if the Mountaineers were playing Florida State in 2028. Would I travel down to South Carolina to watch the Mountaineers play Clemson? Absolutely. Go down there and watch. That's beautiful down there. It's not too far of a drive, maybe 9 hours from where I live. If you're in West Virginia, it's not too far. That would set the Mountaineers up to actually have some local teams, some local rivalries. And there's conversation about Louisville and some other teams maybe coming into the Big 12. But wish in one hand, clap and see what happens. Crap in the other. You know that saying, guys. Really enjoy having you here. Thanks. Hey, good night, Joey. He'll call me tomorrow. He's recovering from a wild weekend. Joey is my partner in crime on the Voice of College Football Thursdays and Fridays. I could not broadcast on Friday because my StreamYard, literally, my computer restarted and I lost my contact for StreamYard for Voice of College Football. I tried to do this show. Nothing was working. Camera, everything. So, guys, remember this. West Virginia isn't a top 25 team yet. They're not a top 25 team. But you damn well better put them there if they beat Penn State. And if they beat Kansas, Oklahoma State, and they're going into like week 8, and they're undefeated, you better have their ass in the top 10. Better have them in the top 10. So, if you like the show, like and subscribe, share it with a friend. This is episode number 2 of many coming to you. I love you. Let's go Mountaineers.